Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming out tonight. I can't see out in the crowd. Who's here at A Church for the first time tonight? There's one.
2, 3. 2, 3, 4, 5.
This is a good group. This is a very special show we have going on for this evening. A Church, a nonprofit with a mission to create positive change in our community. And we're doing it right now. Thank you for coming. Ask any questions about what is going on here, and we'd be happy to answer your questions. My name's Rick White. I'm very happy to have a little place here at A Church, and I'm very excited to have a little part in this show tonight. I enjoy my time here immensely. I've watched Eunice kind of develop here through the open mic that happens on the last Sunday of the month between 12 and 2 o'clock. If you haven't come to one of those, come sit in. It's a free event, and we've been doing it for 2 to 2.5 years now, and it is getting better and better. So if this sort of music inspires you at all, come see what's going on at our open mic in this wonderful listening room. And watching Eunice develop as an artist to a point of putting out a CD. I've been watching her work on this for a year or more, and it's here. It's for sale at the table in the back. We'd love for you to take one home with you. I'm going to introduce a friend of mine, Leslie Matthews, and she's here to introduce our artist of the night, Eunice Collette. Tula.
Hey, everybody. Hey, thanks for coming tonight. I want to say a few words about my good friend, Eunice Collette, also known as Tula. If you don't already know, the name Tula was actually a nickname that she had when she was a little girl growing up. And quite a bit of her music comes from her background, which is, let's just say, to a townie from just outside Boston, which is who I am. Her background is so highly unusual. So Eunice comes from a Danish family, she grew up in Minnesota, and her grandmother came to this country from Denmark as a young bride and had a number of children and was a singer, both in church and at home, and it was really a self-expression of hers. And then Eunice's mother had 11 children. Wow. Is that amazing? See, a Boston townie doesn't even get that, but 11 children, and Eunice was number 7 of 11. And her mother was a big influence in her life, as was her elder sister, both of which were also singers, again, in church and just as a self-expression. One of the things that Eunice has told me is that when the children were finally put to bed, can you imagine putting 11 children? It's beyond me, but when the children were put to bed, Eunice would lie in her bed and she would hear her mother go over to the piano and just sing. And it was a self-expression and a way to relax after a very hard day, I can imagine, of raising 11 children. And so music has always been in Eunice's life. She had a CD originally that was released in 2007 called True North, and almost every song of that CD relates to her grandmother, her mother, her sister who died young, unfortunately, and just what life was like growing up in Minnesota in a farm family. So that's her background, that's who she is, and here she is in this decade of her life, really coming to her full self-expression and creating a brand new CD after years and years of singing. So I did want to say that she started playing guitar in the 7th grade. Her first CD, as I said, was in 2007. She performed in a band called Undala in the Twin Cities until 2013 when she moved to Denver. And in 2017, after moving to Howard, she formed the Wailing Hennies with Francie Bomer and Jenny Varden and performed until March. Oh, you guys remember that? Yeah, absolutely. They performed until March of 2020 when the pandemic hit. A good friend of Tula's died relatively recently from complications after surgery in 2021. And that experience, I think she'll speak more about it to you when she's introducing songs, but that experience really had her decide to prioritize her songwriting. And as Rick said, she's been doing, and she really created Open Mic at a Church in 2023, and she began recording this new album, which is called Tula, at Howlin Dog Studio in April of 2024. And her CD was released on August 9th of this year and is available on all the digital platforms, but you really want to have the real thing, which is in the back. And I'll talk a little bit more about that during intermission. I've been listening to her CD, both of them, for the last couple of days. And what I'm struck by is, it's ridiculous to say, but it's true. For me, it's true that Tula is really the Joni Mitchell of Salida, in my humble opinion. She really is an amazing songwriter. It's very moving songs. So with that, I'm going to introduce first the band that is going to be here to support Tula during this CD release party. And I'll invite them to come out right now. Wait a minute. Okay, you guys. Here comes the band. We have TJ Hiddle on guitar and harmonica. We've got Bill Lovato on bass guitar. Sarah Green on percussion. And last but not least, the one and only Tula, music and lyrics. Hello there. I can't see anybody. Is anybody here? Wow, look at that. That's amazing. I wasn't sure anyone would come. Good to see you all. I'm going to start out. First of all, I want to thank Leslie for that beautiful introduction. I don't know about Joni Mitchell, but I do love her, and that's a very flattering thing to say. I'm going to start out with a song as a tribute to my mother, and as Leslie said, had a big impact on me musically. And this is about some advice that she gave me once that has a big deal to do with me being up here today. So it's called Sing. Mama was a teacher of country school, every night grading papers, feeling like a fool, just trying to keep those country boys in line. Went to church every Sunday, she played accordion, singing in the choir, she sang with her friends. Music was the thing that kept her spirit alive. Sing when you're feeling down. Sing when you're in a prison. Sing like Paul and Silas. Sing, those prison doors will open. Sing when you're feeling blue. Sing when you don't know what to do. Sing and the light inside of you will break those prison walls wide open. I was baby number 7 out of 11. There were times when Mom would rather be up at 11, trying to keep us country kids alive. Every night after supper she took us into bed, tell a story, sing a song about her friends, and play the piano and let all her cares drift away. Sing when you're feeling down. Sing when you're in a prison. Sing like Paul and Silas. Sing, those prison doors will open. Sing when you're feeling blue. Sing when you don't know what to do. Sing and the light inside of you will break those prison walls right open. When I was a mom, I had 2 babies of my own. Without a husband, I was all alone. There were times I thought this job would never end. I called my mama, say I don't know what to do. How'd you make it when you had the flu? You were stuck in the kitchen and you never had time for you. She said, sing when you're feeling down. Sing when you're in a prison. Sing like Paul and Silas. Sing, those prison doors will open. Sing when you're feeling blue. Sing when you don't know what to do. Sing and the light inside of you will break those prison walls right open. Everyone, sing when you're feeling down. Sing when you're in a prison. Sing like Paul and Silas. Sing, those prison doors will open. Sing when you're feeling blue. Sing when you don't know what to do. Sing and the light inside of you will break those prison walls right open. Well, that advice has gotten me through a lot of prisons. One of those prisons was the pandemic. During the pandemic, I started listening a lot more to some of the great songwriters of my generation. John Prine, Joni Mitchell, Gordon Lightfoot, to name a few. And that was kind of the beginning of this new CD. And one of those songs was called Time to Fly. And I have to say, this is not my husband's favorite song. You see, we were newly married just before the pandemic. And I did maybe miss my freedom a little bit occasionally, especially being had to reassure him. It wasn't him that I was trying to say. So anyway, this is called Time to Fly. that during the pandemic I drove. One of the places I went that I enjoy going is to the Boundary Waters in northern Minnesota. And one of the reasons I like to go
I think that was me, sorry.
So one of the reasons
I had something weird for dinner tonight, I'm sorry. What it was. It was the pizza.
Okay, so anyway, I like going to the Boundary Waters because really one of the reasons is because of the loons. Anybody here know what a loon sounds like? Yeah, they're amazing birds, and they have this really hauntingly beautiful sound, and you can hear them at night, and they echo for miles. And so I was there a couple of years ago, and I wrote this song called Looney Tunes. Anybody know how many calls a loon has? Yeah, there are 4. Well, you'll hear about them in the song. And we're going to have a little slideshow. Oh, I'm sitting on an island in the BWCA. It is so peaceful and silent. It is my favorite getaway. There are no motors, no houses or roads, just the birds and the breeze rocking on the waves. All the rocks and the trees are as ancient as the earth. Bring me back to birth like bubble in spring and a dragonfly as big as my hand joins in the band with their transparent wings. Oh, I go for a swim in my birthday skin with the lilies and the loons. They really make me swoon. And then I sit on a rock and soak in the sun. On loons on a treetop, surveying the sea. All the rocks and the trees are as ancient as the earth. Bring me back to birth like a bubble in spring and a dragonfly big as my hand joins in the band with her transparent wings. Clouds darken the sky, the wind whispers a warning, but I don't want to stop until I feel the first drop. Then I get into my kayak and paddle back home. A moon flies overhead, singing my favorite tune. documentarian. He's always taking pictures, and so a lot of these were pictures he took, and he also does a really good job of editing, so thank you. And then Dan's brother Don is here tonight, and he is running the slideshows, so thank you. So I went to the Boundary Waters again last summer, this last summer, and unfortunately there weren't many loons around, but I wrote a song about the other state bird. Anybody know what that is? So that's me in my mosquito armor. This is Mr. Mosquito. There were plenty of those around. Made a good song though. Well, I do love Minnesota, but I'm very glad to be here in Colorado, and I don't miss the mosquitoes. I taught in down in Alamosa in the 80s. So I lived here a few years, and then moved back to Minnesota, raised my kids, and then they both moved to Denver, and so I moved back to Colorado in 2013, and ended up down here later on, about 2017. And I always enjoy going back to the San Luis Valley, especially love going to Joyful Journey. And it turns out it's a good place to write a song. What's happening to my iPad here? It's going the wrong way. Okay. Yeah, so anyway, I was soaking in one of the pools and overhearing a conversation by some of the locals. And that was the inspiration for this song. It's called St. Michael of the SLV. Looking out at the same red crystals, turning pink as the sun goes down. her a job up in the city. The rent was out of her reach. She's taking good care of her baby out here in the SLB. I'm gonna grow me a garden, help to pay the grocery bill. The price of bottles has gone sky high. The gas tank is a bitch to fill. Archangel, Saint Michael, defend us, protect us. Prince of Heaven, great Captain, guide us by your light. Tattooed man got a prosthetic, 40 acres and a pile of tires. He doesn't know what to do with them. Big Jake will take him off his hands. Used to work the mine up on the mountain, but the lightning struck him too many times. Now he's growing marijuana plants. The tires keep him warm at night. Archangel, Saint Michael, defend us, protect us. Prince of Heaven, great Captain, guide us by your light. Archangel, Saint Michael, defend us, protect us. Prince of Heaven, great Captain, guide us by your light. I'd like to invite a good friend of mine to come on up, Eric Helso. He's going to help on this next song.
Hello.
Hi.
So I grew up on a farm, a dairy farm, but I never got to know the cow. I had 6 brothers and some pretty traditional parents, and so I got to do a lot of housework and gardening and that kind of thing. But I decided, I could write a song about milking cows because I did learn something about milking cows. Anybody here ever milked a cow? Okay, a few people. So they'll know, be able to relate. But I think it's a good metaphor for a lot of different things.
Especially if you like milkshakes, it's really good.
I told Eric I wanted him to dress like a cow. And do you look like a cow? Well, it's black and white.
That's what she told me. She said black and white. Here I am.
Yeah. Okay, well, you're a good Holstein. Okay.
That's the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
Okay. And you're welcome to sing along on this one too. It's pretty singable. 1, 2, 3, 4. You gotta give it to receive it. Oh, you know that it's true. The more you milk the cow, the more you produce. The more love you give,
The more love you give,
the more you receive.
more you receive.
It's a natural fact.
Natural fact.
Try and you'll see.
Try and you'll see.
The more you meditate,
More you meditate,
the more peace you create.
more peace you create.
The more you write and sing,
Write and sing.
the more comes from the spring.
More comes from the spring.
You gotta
Give it to receive it. Oh, you know that it's true.
The more you
Milk the cow, the more you produce.
The more you have faith,
The more you have faith,
the more that it grows.
oh, that it grows.
The more you trust yourself,
The more you trust yourself,
the more that it shows.
oh, that it shows.
The more you follow your dreams,
Follow your dreams,
the more they come true.
oh, they come true.
The more you feed your own soul,
Feed your soul,
the more you feed others too.
feed others too.
You
Gotta
gotta
give it to believe it. Well, you know that it's true.
The more you
Milk
milk
the cow, the more you produce.
you gotta
Give it to receive it. Well, you know that it's true. The more you milk the cow, the more you produce.
The
The more you milk the cow,
the
the more you produce.
Now you know why I wanted to sing on this song. It always cracks me up with that one. Thanks, Eric.
Good job, Eric. All right, buddy.
Well, I started playing guitar when I was in about 7th grade. And my sister got a guitar for Christmas. And I don't remember what I got that year, but I just know that the guitar seemed a lot more interesting. And so I kind of adopted the guitar. But I didn't start performing until I was in my 40s. I played for church and things like that, but it wasn't until my 40s when I really started having more time. My kids were growing up, and my daughter's out here somewhere. And she was in college. And so I had a little more time, and I got laid off from a job, and I just decided I was going to spend some time writing music. And anyway, this song, it's called Me and My Guitar, was inspired by John Denver's Greatest Hits. I was on a road trip and singing along to some of his hit songs, which is so much fun because I know a lot of the words. And his song, This Old Guitar, I really like. And thought, hey, I could write a song about me and my guitar. So that's what I did. This is me and my guitar.
hid. Only place I dared to play was church and Sunday school. Soon as I got up on stage, I froze just like a fool. When I grew up, I started writing my own songs to make it through the day and love affairs gone wrong. Still I kept it to myself in my own living room. Never did feel good enough to play for anyone. Me and my guitar, me and my guitar, singing in the dark. When I had kids, I rarely had time to play. I was too busy, so in its case it lay. Till they were older, I got an itch in my fingers. A melody rose up inside, and in my mind it lingered. But this time it was different. I listened to the bird. Don't hide under a bush, he said, sing it out, let it be heard. Now my hair is gray, I don't remember names. They call me Grandma, but inside I feel the same. I'm not Brandy Carlisle, but I still strum and pick. I love playing for you all, it's what makes me tick. Me and my guitar, playing our repertoire. Me and my guitar, playing near and playing far. Me and my guitar, playing near and playing far. Playing near and playing far. Thank you. Well, this next song was I wrote at a songwriting retreat up in Moab, and excuse me, Cozy Sheridan. I don't know if you've heard of her. She's a great songwriter. And on the way up there, my husband said, "Well, you never write songs about me." Which really isn't true, because I had written several. But so anyway, we had a prompt. One of the prompts was to write a song about being broken. And so with that, I came up with this song. It's called Real Love. I've been had and I've been thrown. I've been broken in this rodeo, duped by the devil and I lost my soul. For I found my way to you. Seems like I lost a verse here. I'm just going to start over. I've been had and I've been thrown. I've been broken in this rodeo, duped by the devil and I lost my soul. For I found my way to you. And after all those losing games, I heard the wind and it called my name. I turned around and never been the same. And I found my way to you. Who knew real love is a thing that you do, made with grit and gratitude? Who knew love is the thing you do? Through the curves and the rutted ground. Now although we're just a couple of clowns, I found my way to you. And it's not easy, but it's plain. We're riding on a one-way train. There's some sun and there's some rain, but I'm staying close to you. Who knew real love is a thing that you do, made with grit and gratitude? Who knew love is the thing you do? Who knew love is the thing you do? Thank you. Thank you. TJ Hiddle on the guitar there. And while we're at it, Bill Bavato here on the bass. Sarah Green on percussion. All right. Well, I'm going to invite some folks to come up here for this next song. As Rick mentioned, we started an open mic here about 2.5 years ago. And it's become a really wonderful community. And it's been a big part of my own growth as a musician, performer. We come here once a month, we get up on the stage and we play for each other, and it's a really supportive group of people that encourages each other. And it's not always easy, get up on stage and we forget things, and just like I did tonight, and we go on. So I thank all of you that have been a part of the open mic. And here we've got Montana here, and Ken Matthews over here, and Catherine Boyd. She's new to the community, and I just found out that she was looking for a place, so we invited her to come, and she was very happy to join us, so thank you all.
Thank you.
And this is a song by Eliza Gilkison. It's the one cover song we're doing here tonight, and which I really love because it's kind of I feel, an anthem for our times. It's called Peace in Our Hearts. Here we go. We're gonna walk together, arm in arm, with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk together, arm in arm, with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk together, arm in arm, so our sisters and our brothers won't come to any harm. We know we got peace in our hearts. Gonna walk with every color and tribe with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk with every color and tribe with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk with every color and tribe, 'cause we're stronger together when we're on the same side. We know we got peace in our hearts.
We're gonna stand for the earth and the children too, with peace in our hearts. We're gonna stand for the earth and the children too, with peace in our hearts. We're gonna stand for the earth and the children too, and it'll take everyone to make this dream come true. We're gonna stand with peace in our hearts.
Stare in the face of a hateful mind with peace in our hearts. We're gonna stare in the face of a hateful mind with peace in our hearts. We're gonna stare in the face of a hateful mind. All we gotta do is let our love light shine. We know we got peace in our hearts. Walk together, arm in arm, with peace in our hearts.
We're gonna walk together, arm in arm, with peace in our hearts. We're gonna walk together, arm in arm.
Our sisters and our brothers won't do no harm. We know
We got peace in our hearts.
We
know we got peace in our hearts.
take a little intermission here, but first we're going to have a few words from our MC, Miss Leslie Matthews.
Hey. Hi, everybody. So, intermission. Here's the deal. There's a couple of things. First, an announcement. There was a phone/wallet found in the bathroom. If that was yours, it's now at the concession stand. It's not gone, just so you know. Also, we've got CDs that you can buy. Now, as I said, you can get it online, but having it in your hand and feeling it in your heart makes a difference. So you can buy the current CD, which is called Tula, the CD from 2007, which is True North, which I've been listening to and is fabulous. And also, here's another cool thing about Tula, Eunice, and that is that her mother, after some real tragedies that occurred in the family, took on standing for mental health and went to Washington and was a true advocate later in her life. This is after the 11 children. I mean, it's really, right? Anyway, she wrote a book later in life, and it's called Heartland to Capitol Hill, and it's also for sale back there as well. I've read the book, and it is, it's a truly amazing biography of a truly amazing woman. So you might want to look at that as well. So please, during intermission, head on up to the CD table, and if it's in your heart to buy one or two or all of it, please do. There's still free cookies up there for you all, and any drinks that you make a donation for go to a church, which we love and care for deeply, for having this wonderful space for us. So yeah, that's it. Enjoy intermission, and we'll be back for a second set. Hey everybody, my husband just said I'm supposed to whip this crowd into shape. I heard him saying that. I really don't have much to say other than let's welcome the band back and Eunice/Tula and listen to some more incredible music. Here we go. Oh yeah, you're supposed to sign the guest book. Don't sign the guest book. It's up at the cookie table, so please do that. Thank you.
Well, now I know who's here. Wow, so great to see all of you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Well, those are some great cookies. So thank you, Queenie. And Laura. Is Laura out here? Who made the cookies. These are great. Okay. We are going to get started here with a few songs that I've written about some really special people. These are 3 people that I dedicated my CD to, and all 3 have passed on in the last few years. And one of those, who many of you know, is Forrest Whitman.
Yeah.
And he was a very beloved community member and a friend to many of us. And I got to know him a lot better in his last year of life. Unfortunately, I didn't know him that well before. But anyway, I always wanted to, when I heard that he was ending his radio show, he had a radio show called On the Rails. He was a railroad guy. And would bring people on his show to talk about their train stories. And I wanted to be on his show, so I was disappointed when he ended that show, but I thought, well, I could write a song, because I do have a train story, and play it on his last show. And so that's what we did. And so this goes out to Forrest. It's called Freight Train Blues. Was the August of '81, we were young and free and looking for fun. We hopped a freight train, heading west of Plain. From Fargo to Glacier, out in the windmill rain. 900 miles through the wheat and corn, through the towns and cities, he was blowing his horn. Didn't stop for long. Had to catch it on the fly, for it was long gone. It was hot, it was cold, it was deafening. Our ears were ringing to that ching-a-ching, ching. We weren't riding in style or luxury. This land is our land, we would proudly sing. The end of the line after 2 nights and days, packs on our backs, we were looking for stays, and at the Big Sky Motel, the shower hiked through Glacier for 6 long days. Bells on our boots to scare the bears away. And after 70 miles up the passes and down, our feet were aching, we were homeward bound. Lining up like a pro on the east platform, we were told not to go by 2 railroad rolls. We had to sneak on down a mile or so. Had to catch it on the fly like an old. The miles we dread. If I had my druthers, we'd take Amtrak instead. But when you're hard up and you don't have cash, it's one way to get there if you don't mind the lash. It's one way to get there if you don't mind the lash. TJ plays on my CD on that song, and one other song, the last song. So really enjoy that. Well, this next song I wrote for a good friend of mine, and she passed away about 4 years ago. But she was a very good, probably my best friend when I first moved to Howard. In 2017, we played music together, we walked together, talked about our husbands together. It's always important to have someone you can talk to your husband about. Anyway, unexpectedly, she discovered she had a tumor and had some surgery, and sadly didn't make it back. And so it was a big loss. Eric, who was up here earlier, is her husband. And yeah, so anyway, she made a big impression on me. She inspired me in so many ways. She always prioritized her craft, which was making quilts. And this is the quilt up here. And she also did knitting and made lots of things, and never felt guilty about it. And so after she passed, I made a big change in my life. I, at the time, was running a nonprofit, which was something I felt strongly about, but it wasn't really feeding my soul. And so I decided to take her example and prioritize the things that bring me joy, and one of those things is music. And so I wrote this song about her just shortly after she passed. And this might sound a little woo-woo, but it really happened. I had written this song and was just walking across the floor, and I saw a piece of fabric on the floor, and I bent down and picked it up, and it was a fabric square from one of her quilts. And I still don't know how it ended up there. But I like to think that it was her telling me that she approved of the song. So she liked this song. It's called Magic Maker. She was a magic maker, dreamed in geometric lines, knit together many colors, made her own designs for your body or your bed. She would take the time to make a tailored tapestry so beautiful and fine. There beside her dying bed, as her breath began to fade, her fingers could no longer sew with needle and a thread. But in my heart she colored with pencils dark and dim, and made a hole so big inside it could only be filled in with my own designs, and her love I will spin. The pieces of myself back together again. As she lay there breathlessly, so peaceful and so still, all the color drained away. I felt a gift so real, not a form or design, not by loom or hand, but a garment of pure love time could not withstand. With my own designs and her love I will spin. The pieces of myself back together again. Her body's gone into the kiln, and winter settled in. All the flowers in her yard have withered in the wind. I sit inside her studio, the place that she would go to make her happy tapestries and mend her very soul. With my own designs and her love I will spin. The pieces of myself back together again. With dear friend who died about a year ago, and she had early onset Alzheimer's, and you know, a couple years ago I went to visit her back in Minnesota, and in a care home, and she no longer remembered my name, but I felt that she still knew me. And after that visit, I wrote this song. It's called You Know Me by Heart. Her name was Becky. See you at North Oaks, a memory care home. We walk down the corridor, but can't find your room. The pictures on the walls remind me of your home. We had many good times there. Your door was always open. It's your birthday, you're 68. You hang your head and cry. I brought you a birthday cake and a bright bouquet. I remember you always came with something good to share. Spread out like a glowing flame with your convivial flair. You don't remember my name. Your memory slips away, but you know me by heart. I know you know me by heart. At dinner time they gather around in quiet company. There is an empty sound, no easy repartee. I had meals around your table, and everything was good. We talked and watched the candles burn as far down as they could. After dinner, they all sit down around a TV screen. There's something playing, but all I hear is a silent scream. I wanna play my guitar. I remember when we'd sing, and you knew all the words by heart. Now I feel the sting. You don't remember my name. Your memory slips away, but you know me by heart. I know you know me by heart. They say you're in a wheelchair now, unsteady on your feet. It's hard to accept somehow a fate so incomplete. I remember on the dance floor, you could really cut a rug. You could waltz like a lady and dance a jitterbug. You don't remember my name. Your memory slips away, but you know me by heart. I know you know me by heart. You don't remember my name. Your memory slips away, but you know me by heart. I know you know me by heart. know me by heart. I know you know me by heart. Thank you. Thank you. She was a special lady. And now I'm going to let TJ take the spotlight. He's got a song here about friends, and I thought it fit in well with the theme here. So he's going to do this next song.
Well, this is a song about friends, so that all ties in. And I lived here in the area for a long time, and so I've made a lot of friends, and it's an awesome community, as you know. I'm sure there are people out here that have lived here a lot longer than I have, but this is a compilation of my best friends, and I have a lot of friends in the audience, and I want to say something special about Pat and Mike Jones, who came all the way from downtown Maysville. Wow. It's a heck of a drive, by the way. And they traveled with me all over the world, and you'll hear those lyrics in here. Spending some time with my best friend. Their characters on my best bookends. Traveling round the world in wonderful place. Traveling round the world in beautiful faces. My life revolves around best friends. There's something unique about best friends. They always find a way to make me smile. They always find a way to make life worthwhile. How would we get by without them? What would life be without our friends? They certainly make our lives complete. Would we get by without them? How could life be without our friends? They certainly make our lives complete. Spending some time with my best friends. Your character's all my best bookends. Traveling round the world with beautiful places. Traveling round the world in wonderful places. What would life be without our best friends? Ooh, ooh, ooh.
DJ Hiddle. Yeah. I feel so privileged to be able to play with such wonderful musicians. All of you, Bill Lovato and Sarah Green, and that makes it a lot more fun. Well, I'm going to sing a song for my dearly beloved. He's been a big support to me and doing what I do. And he made a really nice studio for me where I can go and write songs and play my music. And I just really appreciate all you've done. And he had a rough year. He had 2 knee replacements. Yeah, one would be bad enough, right? But we're getting through it. And anyway, he told me once, a while after he'd had his first knee replacement, that he needed me to tell him every day that he's important to me because he needed a reason to keep going. It's a tough road. And so I tried to do that every day, and then I thought, well, I should just write a song about it, and I can just sing him the song. So here's the song. It's called You Are My Hero. When you came into my life, I was a rolling stone. You opened up your heart and you let me in. Moved your barbels to the basement and you let me rearrange all your furniture and welcomed all of my kin. I took over your living room and I took your kitchen too. And I rearranged all the knives, forks, and spoons. You're not the kind of man who likes to change his room. You stick like glue to the tried and true. You're my hero, it's plain to see. You moved heaven and earth just to be with me. You're my hero, and you're all I need. Your love is the key, and you set me free. You married me, gave in to my demand, not knowing how far you'd have to bend. It was better to bend than it was to break. You were willing to do what it took to mend. You're my hero, it's plain to see. You moved heaven and earth just to be with me. You're my hero, and you're all I need. hands a song. You're my hero, it's plain to see. You moved heaven and earth just to be with me. You're my hero, and you're all I need. Your love is the key, you set me free. You're my hero, it's plain to see. You moved heaven and earth just to be with me. You're my hero, and you're all I need. Your love is the key to set me free. Your love is the key to set me free. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, hands getting tired. I got my mom's mother's ring on. It's got 11 birthstones. I wear it on special occasions. If she could get through that, I can get through anything. So this next song I wrote driving from Albuquerque to Denver. I was on my way to help out my daughter, take care of the kiddos. And anyway, I was nearing Raton. It was getting dark. This was in January, and it started to snow. And I was a little worried because I didn't really have a place to stay for the night. I was just hoping I'd find something. And so I started to pray, and anyway, that prayer kind of became this song. And this is called Snowing on Raton. And I know it's a name of a song by a famous songwriter, Townes Van Zandt, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. But I hope you won't mind me borrowing the title of the song, because it was just too perfect of a name. So this is Snowing on Raton. Snowing on the highway to Raton, and I can see the lines. I'm praying that I soon will see the lights and find a place to rest my head all through the night, all through the night. You called me crying on the phone, said you can't see the lines. Can I come and take care of the kids so you can find a place to rest your weary soul, your weary soul? I'm on my way, I'll be there soon. You will get through this time, you're not alone. I'm on my way, I'll be there soon. Keep hoping and believing, praying and dreaming of your new home. and there are no lines. You're driving in the dark until you see the lights and find a place to get your feet back on the ground, back on the ground. You're on your way, you'll be there soon. You will get through this time, you're not alone. You're on your way, you'll be there soon. Keep hoping and believing, praying and dreaming of your new home. You were crying, now you're leaving. You're surviving, soon you will fly. You're on your way, you'll be there soon. You will get through this time, you're not alone. You're on your way, you'll be there soon. Keep hoping and believing, praying and dreaming of your new home. You're on your way, you'll be there soon. You will get through this time, you're not alone. You're on your way, you'll be there soon. Keep hoping and believing, praying and dreaming of your new home. Thank you. And now she's living proof that mother's prayers do get answered. Okay. Well, this next song I wrote once when I was coming down a mountain and on a trail, and then all of a sudden there was no trail, and I didn't know where I was. I was staying at a friend's house, so I wasn't real familiar with the area, and didn't have my phone with me, and it was a bit frightening. But anyway, it kind of had some parallels with other things that were going on in my life at the time, and so it made a good song, and this is called Breakthrough. Coming down the mountain, somehow got off track. You weren't paying attention, tried not to panic. Everything looked unfamiliar. You were lost without a phone. Had to find your inner rudder to find your way back home. You went uphill, you went down, you went the wrong way and back around. Found a high point, saw your mistake, changed your way and you stayed awake. Sometimes you have a breakdown, you know you can't go on. Sometimes you have to tear down all those walls that made you have a breakthrough. Sometimes you have a breakthrough. Sky was getting dark, saw a few stars, didn't know how far you had to go. Then you stumbled on a note, the moon was out full, and then you found the road, and then you felt the pull. Sometimes you have a breakdown, you know you can't go on. Sometimes you have to tear down all those walls that made you strong. Sometimes you have a breakdown. Sometimes you have a breakthrough. Listen for the landmarks. Listen with your heart. Listen for the landmarks. Listen with your heart. Sometimes you have a breakdown. You know you can't go on. Sometimes you have to tear down all those walls that made you strong. Sometimes you have a breakthrough. 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 Thank you. Oh. Well, we're coming to the end of our evening, and I want to again thank TJ Hiddle here on guitar, and Bill Lovato here on bass guitar, Sarah Green on percussion. It's been wonderful to play with all of you. And this is going to be our grand finale. And we have another slideshow for you. This is also on the CD. It's the last song on the CD. And it's one of my favorites. I have some really beautiful instrumentation on the CD. And we can't quite match up to it. We don't have the Native American flute and the piano behind us, but we've got some great players here, so we're in good hands. See, this is Sunrise on the Grand. We went to the Grand Canyon on my birthday a few years ago. It was in February, and somebody mentioned that we really should get up and see the sunrise. It's something I'd never done before. I mean, I've seen the sunrise, but not at the Grand Canyon. And it was a sight to behold. It was very awe-inspiring, and so I tried to capture it in the song. I don't know if I could quite do that, but we've also got some good pictures here, so. Sunrise on the Grand. Sunrise on the Grand brought tears to my darkness lifted from the deep folds of time, the peaks and the valleys, revealed one by one, slowly awakened by the kiss of the sun. On bright angel trail, I saw an old woman, bent over and burdened, and weathered by wind, laughing and smiling, with bright angel eyes. Her words were timeless, so childlike and wise. We are one with our mother. Don't worry, my dear. She gives us everything, and she's always here. Out on the edge, overlooking the canyon, where ravens roost, the depths I imagine, enraptured in wonder, the ancient stone cradle, billion-year birthplace, restoreth my soul. We are one with our mother. Don't worry, my dear. She gives us everything, and she's always here. We are one with our mother. Don't worry, my dear. She gives us everything, and she's always here. She gives us everything, and she's always here. Thanks again to Dan. Here, do you want to stand up and take a bow? Helping me put that together and all the editing he did and taking the pictures. All right. Well, thank you everyone so much. Thanks for coming out tonight, and wonderful to see you all. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening and safe drive home. And yeah, have a great night. Here we are, TJ Hiddle, Bill Lovato, Sarah Green.
You guys don't look like you're moving too fast. You want to hear one more? I figured as much. All right, here we go.
Well, we do have one more we can play. I wrote this song shortly after I'd read a couple of books about immigrants, and made me think of my grandparents who were from Denmark and Norway. And I thought how their dream really is why we're here. They followed their dreams. At least my grandfather did. My grandmother just had to come along, even though she really didn't want to. But yeah, how many of us, that's how we ended up here, was because somebody had a dream. And I like to think, and I do believe that they are with us. They've given us a lot. And so this song talks about what we've received from them and how it can make us stronger. We need that now, so I think it's a good thing to remember. It's called "We Are Not Alone." It's also pretty singable if you feel like singing along. Those who answered the call and chose the road less taken believed that they would get where they were bound. Left their families, their hearts were torn wide open, but they passed on a most healing sound. We are not alone. We are one with all that's gone before us. The music we've been given, passed on down the line, and we are not alone. We may never meet them, but the stories they told emboldened many others on the way. They've inspired me today, and I know they stand beside me. I feel it in my bones and every breath I take. We are not alone. We are one with all that's gone before us. The stories we've been given, passed on down the line, and we are not alone. To be or not to be, that is the question. Will you live your life or keep on dreaming? Like a river flowing strong, we got the courage in our veins, and together we can carry it on. We are not alone. We are one with all that's gone before us. The courage we've been given, passed on down the line, and we are not alone. We are not alone. We are one with all that's gone before us. The music we've been given, stories we've been given, the courage we've been given, passed on down the line, and we are not alone. We are not alone. Thank you so much. Great to see you all.
Thank you, Rick.
And,
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Leslie.
Yes, thank you to A Church and all of you that helped out to make this event happen, and all the volunteers that helped out. Thanks so much. We hope you stick around. We'd like to chat with you. Bye-bye.